Vice President of the NBA and Managing Director of NBA Africa, and he's President of the brand new Basketball Africa League. Please clap and join me in welcoming Amadou Gallo Fall.
Thank you, Makeda. Good morning. It is always inspiring to be in Kigali. I was here for the first time in 2012, right after the London Olympic Games. I traveled with Lual Deng, two-time NBA All-Star from South Sudan. Basketball brought me to Kigali for the first time. So just to say that I am incredibly honored and really impressed yesterday being in Kigali Arena. From what I've seen here in 2012 to today, I've been back many, many times in Kigali to see the development and really the youth, the energy, the vibrancy that I've seen in that arena yesterday is certainly a testament to the leadership of His Excellency President Paul Kagame, who's become over the years a great friend of the NBA. We've hosted him many times at our events, and we share in our belief that sports can be an incredible tool to empower young people and to build communities. I am here as a living testament of that very fact. I had a chance encounter with a Peace Corps volunteer, this is a long time ago, who went back to Washington, D.C., and connected me with a coach. I think we're talking about connections here, and the president talked about it yesterday. That linkage, that connection, led to everything I have been able to achieve through my journey in sport. And that journey in sport showed me the transformative power of sport as a tool for self-realization. It has allowed me to achieve, but also it has allowed me to create opportunities for others and also to build platforms that undoubtedly, and I see it, continue to fuel my passion. My passion, or my passions, number one is Africa, education, and youth. And I've had the opportunity to mesh all these opportunities through the job that I have been doing over the past 2 decades. First as a front office person with the Dallas Mavericks, one of the franchises in our league, the NBA. Then in 2010, right before the FIFA World Cup in South Africa, which Africa on the global stage put on its best foot. Opening that office in Johannesburg in 2010 gave me an opportunity to really, in the backdrop of the whole Africa Rising narrative, to prove that opportunity, I think, was the greatest equalizer, because the president talked about it yesterday. I would go back to Ayrton Senna. He's a Brazilian Formula One race driver. I've seen one time where he was asked what was the secret of his success. And the answer was very simple. It was just having the opportunity to race a car. For me, having the opportunity to get a basketball scholarship to move to the US, play in school, get a college degree, showed me another facet of life and opportunity that I couldn't even fathom growing up in Senegal. from that day on, I endeavored to make sure that not only we replicate that, but we make young people see that path as a possibility for self-realization. We opened our office in Johannesburg in 2010 with a goal of developing the game of basketball, making our sport relevant, not just for the players that will be playing on the court, but demonstrate that there is a whole number of industries that can develop around the core product that is happening on the court. We've started at grassroots level, making the game accessible, and that's what brought me here in 2012. It brought me to many countries across the continent. We formed authentic partnerships that allowed us to scale the opportunity for these young people. We've traveled and we've formed and engaged with government, sports ministries, heads of states, federations to popularize the sport, to grow an industry. So from grassroots, we started creating platforms like the Junior NBA, which we have a league here in Rwanda. We're in 14 countries. The idea is to teach the fundamentals of the game, but at the same time, teach life skills. And this platform is also creating opportunities for employment for young talent off the court. From Junior NBA now, we became more intentional about elite talent development. We probably all know about Hakeem Olajuwon. This is one of the top 50 greatest of all time who have played in the NBA from Nigeria. Dikembe Mutombo from DRC, the NBA's global ambassador. Manute Bol from South Sudan. These were the pioneers who paved the way for now a generation of very talented players, including global superstars like Joel Embiid from Cameroon or Pascal Siakam. Creating that predictable path, because when you talk to Dikembe or Hakeem, their story is the same. They almost just stumbled into the game. There was no plan for them to get into the NBA, but they found their way on the NBA. So imagine how many other Hakeem or Dikembe are out there and that may never be discovered. This is one of the reasons why we focus at grassroots level to make sure that young players, boys and girls who have a passion for the sport, are exposed to the sport because we know where it can lead them. I had no plans to get into basketball. Like all of us, we kicked the ball, growing up. Because where I was, there was no courts. I was not exposed to this game that required, a minimum infrastructure. This is why we're so passionate about making sure the game is accessible for young players. I'm saying all this to show that we became intentional now in going out and identifying talent and making sure that this talent has an opportunity to be nurtured and to develop right here in Africa. That's why we launched NBA Academy Africa in 2016 in Saly in Senegal, where young talent are identified from across the continent, brought to Saly in a world-class facility where they train with world-class coaches and world-class trainers and nutritionists to allow them to develop. So from the NBA Academy Africa, all this talent that's going to be developed, now we launch the Basketball Africa League that is going to be tipping off in March 2020. This will be a league of 12 teams from 12 countries. We'll be playing in 6 cities, Cairo, Tunis, Rabat, Dakar, Lagos, Luanda, and we will have the final 4 events end of May right here in Kigali Arena. So imagine this beautiful infrastructure. And when we ask about what should we expect from government, it's just that, to create the platform, to create the enabling environment, because young people's talent, when unleashed and nurtured, is going to take it to the greatest of heights. And this is why being in that arena yesterday was truly special, because it's going to create, and I can already see all the transformation in that area around the arena, because I was there visiting when it was probably 70% completed. I already saw some of the businesses around there renovating, because they were telling me that even while the arena was under construction, that employed over 1,000 people, workers, who all have to go on their break and get something to eat. And these people with their entrepreneurial spirit started really developing the area, creating facilities that is going to welcome, all these people at that time with the workers. But imagine 10,000 people going there every weekend, whether it's for games or concerts. Think about all the opportunities there for people who are in the hospitality industry. That arena will employ security personnel. That arena will need sound engineers, lighting experts, marketeers, broadcast operators. These are all lines of work that sports create. So as you think about entrepreneurship, think about being the best at what you are passionate about. If your passion is in marketing, if your passion is in broadcasting, if your passion is in sales, if your passion is in coaching, if your passion is in being a physical and strength conditioning coach, at the NBA, we hire the best in all those categories. If you're a lawyer, we want lawyers. We're going to want lawyers in the Basketball Africa League. We're going to want people who are expert in media, in promotion, in security experts, in all walks of life. Let's not just look at sport as just the players playing on the court or the coaches coaching, but there's a whole operation that happens behind. We are going to build this league into a world-class sports and entertainment property that is going to be broadcast to a global audience, that is going to be streamed on digital platforms and personal digital devices. Think about all the job opportunities that this creates. So whatever your line of work, if you choose that from passion, you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. We have a saying where I'm from Senegal. It says that ku yàgg ci teen baag fekk la fa. It means that if you stay long enough in the well, the bucket will find you there. What it means is it talks about commitment. Once you discover what your passion is, then you commit to making sure you chart your path and make sure that you leave a trail. How do you leave a trail? By achieving big things. And that's what Africa needs from our youth. That's what Africa needs from our youth. We have the creative spirit, we have the energy, we have the environment, we have the resources. We need drivers, we need leaders, and this is why gatherings like this are very exciting for me to see, especially when it's the youth that are driving the agenda. I heard the questions yesterday at Kigali Arena. That's exciting. When I travel across the continent, that's what drives me. A lot of time people ask me where I get the energy to be in all these places. It's because of interacting with these young people and seeing that they have big dreams and big ambitions. And they are getting there, they're making it happen. We are no longer going to be known for just exporting our natural resources. And just as we talk about it in sports, we are creating pathways where young people can develop here holistically. The best and the brightest will always go to the biggest place. In basketball, yes, we want the top talent to go to the NBA, but we know that there is an incredible amount of talent that can stay here and grow and help create an ecosystem that is going to create jobs, that is going to drive investment in infrastructure, and that is going to attract and create a value chain that's going to drive the digital economy in Africa. When we talk about the digital economy, the content that is created by sports properties is incredibly valuable. There's a battle raging on about who gets the coolest content. The NBA is built on cool. This is a place where sports, music, and fashion intersect. This is why our brand is in the youth business. This is why we like to interact with young people. This is why we want to make sure the young people see that there is an opportunity in sport beyond just playing on the field. So again, we saw it this year in the NBA with Africa's presence at the highest level. We have the Toronto Raptors winning the NBA championship with the president of basketball operation and general manager who grew up in Zaria, Nigeria. Some of the top players, Pascal Siakam is from Cameroon. He's attended our Basketball Without Borders camp in 2012 in Johannesburg, South Africa. Was voted the most improved player in the NBA this past season from Douala. Serge Ibaka is from Brazzaville, NDRC. Ogi Anunoby, still on the Raptors, is from Nigeria. And we have people in the coaching staff. Patrick Mutombo is from DRC. Jama Matlale is from Swaziland. And Patrick Engelbert, he's the director of the Global Scouting from South Africa. I'm saying all this I know this cliche, but Africa's time is now. So young people dare to dream. Whatever Masai Ujiri achieved, you are capable of achieving that. He will be the first one to tell you this. If you need role model, one of the greatest football players of all time is here. He played his football, he retired, he'll be continuing to do great things for this continent. So thank you very much. It's an honor to be here and think about sport as an economic development engine for our continent. And I hope to see all of you here end of May for the Final Four of the inaugural Basketball Africa League season right here in Kigali. People will be coming from all over Africa to come and experience this beautiful country. It's going to drive tourism. All these beautiful hotels are going to be all occupied. Young people are going to be able to be tour guides. The restaurants are going to be full because we are bringing musicians, we're bringing fashion shows, we're bringing culinary arts festival around our Basketball Africa League. In those 6 cities where we'll play, that's the model. We bring 6 teams in one country, 6 teams from 6 different countries. Imagine the fans traveling to these countries. You bring Davido or Diamond. You bring all the global fashion stars that we have in the diaspora and across Africa to showcase what Africa has best to offer. We will encourage that inter-Africa travel and trade. This is why the Basketball Africa League is formed. It will be an African product in local context that is going to drive and create jobs for our youth on the continent. Thank you very much.